Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Bruce Jones and welcome to today's broadcast of the Easy Products. So we are ready to go. This is the first of the broadcasts on how to create products and how to sell products. And this is going to be intermixed with the future broadcasts that are going to come on how to make different kinds of books. But I want to sort of set this groundwork up as a place that you can sell. So it's a big part of what I do is selling my products on Amazon, but also in lots of other places. And I use this site called Gumroad.com. I love it. It's a great site. I have a lot of products on it. And it just gives you an outlook. Oh, Nobby's here. It looks like we have Nobby in the house. So Nobby, he just came in. I don't think Nobby ever sleeps, so that's why he's always on everybody's show. So this show is going to set this groundwork for giving you a place, an alternative place that you can sell products. So not everything that we make is going to end up on Amazon as a book, and I'm encouraging you to look at lots of other things. So a couple of days ago, we did the exercise on your idea dump, taking all your ideas and putting them down. And sort of everything that you know, all the different things that you know. So you saw me do mine and I posted all that. So some of it's books because I do that. I'm a graphic designer, so I can teach things. But I also know how to do woodworking. I know how to play guitar and mandolin. I know lots of different things. Any and all of those can be turned into some kind of a product and sold online. So that's what I'm trying to show here is that there's a lot of different ways to do it. And they don't have to be as big and involved as a book. In fact, I love it to have people start with just a very simple product, just a very, very simple thing. So Jasmine's here, so great. We have our international, we have Australia on one end and France on the other end. So this is great. So thank you for coming in. So that's what I'm trying to do is sort of give you this, just show you the methodology that I work under, which is I have, I don't know, 50 or I don't even know. I only have 50 books. And I have clip art. I have T-shirts. I have mugs. I have posters. I have courses. I have all kinds of things. And so you can do all kinds of stuff. And that's why I had you do that idea dump. Just to show you a couple things, just super simple. Let me just go to my, let's see here. Let me turn off this, hide this. There's my name. I'm going to go to this screen. Let's see here. There we go. So I just, I was out today. I got somewhere, I don't know where I found this, but this is just an idea of what I'm talking about. So this is just a blog. It's just a random blog. I have anything. This is actually a post from 2011, so it's been up forever. But this guy designed a house you can make out of cardboard. If you're looking for something to do with your kids, during this crazy time, look at this. He figured out how to do it. Well, this can be a product. Notice he did it all on a blog. It's just pictures as it kind of moves along, how he did it. But there is no reason you can't do things like this. This is a sort of a crafty household project that he did. You could do some videos showing how this is done. You could have the plans and the measurements, and this turns into a product that you can sell. So we don't have to just do books. We can do anything, and that's why I had you do the brain dump, because it's just it can be anything in the world that you can think up. You can turn into something that you might be able to sell or do something. And it's just, look at all that. It's pretty cool, right? Even I think down at the bottom here, he had the cat wearing a little cardboard apron. So that's pretty cool. I went also to YouTube after I found that and just put in here how to make a cardboard house. You could go to YouTube and see what other people are doing. Look at all of this, right? These are all just projects, and you can get ideas. Use this as an idea bank and go, oh, I could make something like this. I can make my own house out of cardboard. I can make up the plans. I can show how it's done with a little video, and I could sell that. Will you make a lot of money on it? I don't know. But, people make money off of all kinds of crazy things. But if you got known as the person who did home craft, you can do stuff. If you take out house and you just do cardboard, where we have cardboard, I think I did cardboard projects. Cardboard projects. right there, just cardboard project. This is just one area. Look at all of this stuff is done using cardboard, right? All those Amazon boxes that you get. So anyways, that's what I'm trying to do is there we go. Oh, I'm back. Okay. So that's what I'm just trying to show you is that there are a million things that you can do. And, I'm encouraging you to do it. And I'm going to show you a little bit how to do it right here, right now. So let's see, we had here, people make money from blank pages in a book. Yes, I do. Remember journals, coloring, just journals. And I have blank books up on Amazon and do just fine with it. So, all right. So let me tell you what I'm going to talk about today. We're going to make a product today. I'm going to show you I'm going to do it. And many of us, especially who are in this How to Publish Your Book Facebook group, are here. We publish books, all kinds of books, everything like that. But many of our books, especially if they're informational, how-to, business books, self-help books, all that kind of stuff, we have chapters in those books, lots of different things are in those books. So I'm going to dig in to my self-publishing secrets book right here. All right, this one. And at the back of this book, I always recommend people put in a publishing resources section. So I have in the back of this book a publishing resources section. So what I'm going to do is just pull out this section and turn it into its own book. And over the next couple of days, today, hopefully we'll pull this book together, show you how to do it. So I'm just repurposing content I already have. And then tomorrow, hopefully it's going to be the hosting your product. And so we're going to host it on Gumroad. I'll show you how to do that. And then maybe, so it's Wednesday, Thursday, do some marketing and show you how I market, just the ways to market stuff, which you can use on anything, but it's just sort of some of the things I do. So that's sort of the plan for this section. And then once we've finished up creating the product, then we're going to move to the workbook. But all the things we're going to do in the workbook classes, where I show you how to make a workbook, apply here. It's a way to sell your stuff. So, all right, so let's kind of dive in. So that's going to do, take the section of this book, and many of us have books. And if you look at your book, you can pull a section out. I also recommend you to look at your books. When you write your books, write them with the idea that you're going to pull the section out of it and do something else with it. Which was what I'm going to do when we do the workbook. I'm going to pull another section of the book out, and we'll create that product. So that's kind of what we're doing. All right, let me get my stuff out of the way here. Let me move some of this out of the way. Let's get my screen up here. All right, let's get all the stuff. All right, let's do that. And we're going to go to here, and we're going to unmove this and do a new screen share. Like so. And I'm using StreamYard, and it's fantastic. I haven't got all the parts yet, but it's doing really well. I'm really pleased with it. So we're going to do this. All right. So let's go into, there we go. I think we're up running. I guess I clicked it and I guess we're there. All right. So what I'm going to do is just walk you through how I do this. And what I'm going to do is just turn on my other computer over here. And so this is the InDesign file for my self-publishing secrets book. So it's all in here. And this is the way that I would normally go about doing a project like this, where I would take an existing book or product and sort of pull a section out of it and do something else with it. So you can see it's all here. It's just my book, right? And so you have this book, you have an earlier version of this book, or you might have the PDF version of this book. And I will save it under a new name, which I've actually done. So that's all set. And now what I'm going to do is, this existing book is an 8 by 10. So it's 8 inches by 10 inches. And what I would like to do is make my resource guide a 6 by 9 book, which is a very standard size, a little smaller, sort of make a family of books. I'm going to have some different parts to this book. So I'm going to make it 6 by 9. So that we'll do that in a second. Just turn on this. Okay. And so normally what I would do is, one is I save it. And then the second thing that I do, usually if I'm going to do something like this, and I've done this a lot, is I will do a quick cover for it. So this is the existing cover, but I'll just do a quickie cover to kind of set my tone. It's not a it's not a final thing or anything. And the thing I want to emphasize here is we're not trying to be perfect. It's more speed to market. And so you're going to see me move quickly through things. We can always come back. This is going to be sold as a PDF so that we can change it all the time. It's a flexible, fluid product. And that's just sort of the way that I approach this stuff, is to make it a flexible product that I can update and change. So you notice here is the old cover. And what I will do with this is I'm going to just duplicate this. So I'm just going to copy this. And you're just going to watch me how I kind of go through about doing a process like this. I'm just going to paste this on another page. This is why I love the InDesign pasteboard area. So I can just stick stuff over here somewhere. All right, just get out of the way. So now I'm going to go in here and just change the size of this to 6x9. So I might just draw a box. Let's see, let's just go to preferences. We're going to do, and we're just going to change this to inches so I can get a good, accurate cover. And a lot of this you're going to see me do is sort of just shorthand, quick stuff. And so I've done this stuff for a long time. So I have a box that's 6x9, which I'll lay on top of this box, on top of this cover. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to just take this whole cover, except for the box. And this isn't really an InDesign tutorial. It's more of just you seeing how I do something like this. And let's do this. Actually, we'll just put this right here on the side. And I don't always know where I'm going with this. Sometimes I'm just kind of winging it. All right. So there it is. Now it's 9 inches. I just shrunk it down. I selected everything and I shrunk it down. And I'll just put this on top and I'll pull my image in. So I know it's 6x9. Okay. And that just all I'm going to do, you'll see me make a cover in a second. It's just to kind of get my mind around what the elements are. So I'm not going to use this part. I'm going to keep these. I'm going to group them. I'm going to just size it down and stick it up here because it's more of a brand now than it's a title. It's a title, but it's also a brand. So I'm just going to put that in the middle. I actually went and wrote my title. So we have it right here. And my thought is I'm just going to take this image. I'm going to move it up. And this just kind of helps me figure out where I want to go. That's all it does. It isn't an end-all be-all cover. It's just it kind of gets me going with what's going to happen. So here I'll just put my name. We can leave that little line there. We can put this down here. We're just going to put this, and I will often pull the rule over. And if you have questions, let me just check. Let me just make sure. Just look at my thing. If you have questions, let me know. Okay, nothing. Yes. So I'm just going to put a ruler. And notice I just selected the side of this box, and you see the little handles. Hopefully you can see those. That just helps me to figure out where to line things up because there's always one in the center. So now I can just come here and do this. I'll pull that down. Tips and resources. I'll move this up a little bit more, probably to here. We're not spending a lot of time on this. We're just kind of winging it. You can always come back. That's the goal. You can always come back. And then I think I'll just make this. I'll add some color from the swatches, and I'll just make it blue. I'm going to put it behind. I'm going to take this type, and we're going to make it white. We're just going to center it. If I can, I know it'll be centered if I pull the little handles on the text box out and move it up. All right. And then I'm just going to give it a little drop shadow and effects, drop shadow, 40, and we'll make this 3. Now we have a quickie cover, right? It just gives me something to kind of work on. It'll change later, but actually this would be fine. But let me show you where this idea came from. So it's just, I'm going to pull up my web page here. There's a couple things that I did. So let's just pull this up. And all right, so it's going to be web page. So where did I get that cover idea from? How did I kind of pull that together so fast? So I do a couple of things when I'm starting a project like this, where I'm just going to sort of create something quickly. I will go to Amazon, and I just typed in, I set this for books, and I use Amazon and Google and sometimes Pixabay as idea generators. So I'm on Amazon, and I'm just going to type book publishing tips. And all I'm doing, L-I-S-H-U-B, put a B in there, tips, is I look at what's happening on Amazon. So these are other books that have, let's just say, book publishing tips. And I just look at what gets fed up. So like, here's a book, 101 tips. I just kind of go through and just sort of look at them, 201 marketing tips, just what other people are doing, 5-minute publishing tips. So I just sort of see what's happening here. They use a little bar of color going across. They use a big field of color. You notice I put a big field of blue on mine. So it's just a place to go to get ideas. We don't have all the graphic design books anymore. We use Amazon to kind of just figure out what's going on, right? So Amazon's a good place to go. I need to probably search a little better. Here's another one, tips and tricks right here, this book. But it just gives me an idea. Okay, blue background, some type, some stuff in the front. The other place I go is I go to Google. And this is probably almost my first place to go to. And I'll just type in book, same thing, book publishing tips. But I go to images, all right? So these are the things that come up. I'll just go to images. And you might have to mess around with your search, but you'll notice a lot of examples. Think like a publisher, 33 essential tips, 30 publishing tips, right? This is just to kind of give you an idea of what are other people doing and how do you want to approach your cover. And I like to set the cover, and then I'm just going to move on to that. That isn't the normal way I work. Normally, I just write the book and figure out the cover later. But when I'm doing these kind of quick projects, I flip the process around. You'll see just how people are doing it, all right? Tips to publish books. They put a big color, put the guy's head on here, 5 efficient tips, right? So it's just a technique that I use. I also will go to Pixabay, Pixabay, and we'll search on just images, right? So I'm just going to put, let's try publishing background. Might not be much, but maybe there's something in here that gives you an idea. Oh, that's kind of cool. I could put, a book and a guy standing next to it. I might just do design background. Right? It just gives you visual reference points that you can use when you're doing something. All right. Okay. So hope that makes some sense to the whole process. All right. So that's my cover, and I'm done with that, and we're just going to leave it. The next thing I'm going to do is, this is my existing file. So I'm going to, let's save that for the moment. I'm going to open up how to publish your book. Oh, let's put it in the right folder. To publish, let's see, book. Let's call it book tips for the moment. I'm going to open up my pages window, and I'm going to delete everything except my front page, this one right here. Here's my title page, my trademark stuff and disclaimer stuff, and everything else is going to go except for the stuff at the back. So I'm going to just click on this page, Actually, we're going to go like that. Click on that. I'm going to come down to the bottom. And I'm going to find, I think that's the thing right there. Hold my shift key. And I've now selected all of these pages, and I'm just going to delete them. So your text may be in a Word file. It may be somewhere else. It may be written on scribbly stuff. Who knows where it is? I think I'm going to just get rid of this. So I get rid of all the stuff I don't need. And let's get rid of this page. So now what I've done, and we're going to get rid of this, is now I have my book. Here's all the text from my book. It's all ready to go. Let's get rid of the stuff at the back. I'll leave my bio, but I think we'll get rid of this stuff. And we'll get rid of all this stuff. We're just cleaning the file out that I made. There's the cover. I was working on it earlier, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. We'll just get rid of all this. We'll just get rid of all that. So now I basically have my book, and you'll notice it's about 16 pages long, which is just makes a nice little book. All right. So remember I was mentioning about, this is 8 by 10. I want to make a 6 by 9. I want to make this size book. Oh, let's just get rid of all that stuff. So I'm now going to just change the size of my document to 6 by 9. So first I'm going to save it. This is the new book. And actually it looks like I need to save it. Save as. There we go. Let's make this the tips version. Looks like we didn't save it correctly the last time. So we'll just call that tips, so I don't have to lose all the other stuff. Make sure you don't delete your original copy. All right, now I'm going to go to File, Document Setup. And I'm going to change the size. It's right now, it's set up actually for bleeds, 8.125 by 10. I'm going to make this 6 by 9. So even though it's a PDF book, at some point, I might actually publish this book. So I kind of try to do, everything I need to do to prepare for eventually publishing this book. I like my margins where they are. So I hit OK. And the book is now, you notice it's all messed up. Notice all the stuff sticking out all over the place. Okay. But now we just reflow everything. So we're just going to push all this back in. I think that margin is a little big. You notice I did it about 5/8. This is a small book. Let's come back in, and we're going to just make this a 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Hit OK. It's a little bit better. So now all I'm going to do, I'm going to take out that. Take out this, the headers. I might put those, it's on their master page. Let's go take that off the master page. So here's my master page. I'm going to adjust. I like having that. Actually, that looks okay at the bottom. These are my page numbers. So I'm just going to pull them in. Right. So I'm just readjusting elements. I'm going to align them up using my little align tool up at the top. And we'll kind of pull these down. Actually, I want them up high enough so if I print it, you don't have to worry about it. Begins with the extra guides. Take all this stuff out. Oops. And we'll do that. And we're going to put this up here. I think we'll just call this Publishing Secrets Tips. And we'll put this right here. So we're just on the master page, just sort of reconfiguring this book. We'll pull that down because you want a good 1/2 inch margin all the way around. Okay. So now we'll go back to page 1. And we had made a title right here. You notice some of this got shuffled around when we changed the size, so we'll have to fit it. But we're going to take this out, take this out, take this out, all this out. Take all this out, and we're just going to pick this up. We're going to move all this over here. This will make our title page. And we don't need updated, though, is a very interesting trick, which I will mention to you shortly, which I might do if this became a regular thing I was going to publish. Your title page looks like, it should look something like the cover. Sometimes it's exact duplicate of the cover. Other times it's just sort of represents the cover. But you notice I'm just going to keep it pretty much the same. Just pull it over, take this line, and I might add a web address right in here or something. We'll adjust it later, but it is a technique of making your books work and be able to use them over and over is to put a date in here. So tips and resources 2000, I'll probably do 2021, add that in here so that it's relevant for this year, and then there's one for next year, and one for next year, and one for next year. You just keep doing different editions. So for the moment, that's just fine. We have way too much text here. So I'm going to take out, I guess we'll fix that. We'll come back and fix that later. All right, so now I'm just going to go through the book and just reflow it. All right, so I'm just going to readjust the text. You notice it's all one block of, it's all one continual block of text, and it just will wrap. It'll just flow from page to page to page. So I first just go through and get it all in place. So I'm just moving it in, and it sort of snaps to those guides. So this was already formed. This is why it's useful if you already have a pre-existing book, because you just work with the same file. You don't have to go and do all the work over again. You might just change the shape of it a little bit, but you don't have to do everything. So just do this. And I could add in more stuff. You know, this has lots of web addresses. I could add photos in here. I could do all kinds of stuff, depending how extensive I want to do it. But for this exercise, we're just going to kind of keep it. And you notice I'll come back and make adjustments later. I'm just sort of getting it all in here. We'll come back in a second and fix this. All right. And I'm going to just take me. It's way too much bio for me for a little book like this, but we'll just, I'll edit that later. I'll just stick that over here. You notice I'm just kind of going through. There's a copyright here. We've got to make sure we update that. Grab my text. And flow it. Now, this is a PDF book. I'll come back to that in a second. This is the PDF book. So one of the things I'm going to do with it is normally I build all my covers at the back of the book, and it becomes a cover file. This is going to be primarily a PDF book at the moment. So what I'll do is either put this at the back and move it around. That's how I'd probably do that, just so I have my page numbers will be correct and everything will be right. So forget what I just said. We'll come back on this. All right, let's just keep going. Oh man, I'm popular today. All right, so let's just shrink this. Whoops, whoops, whoops. And I think I'll bring that in later. Actually, I don't need a back. I can put a back cover on it if I want to, but let's bring that back and just stick. This has to be rewritten because this book is about tips. So I made a collection. Having a resource section on your website, your blog, or in your books is hugely valuable to your followers and people that read your stuff. All right, looks like I need to add some more pages. I'm just going to come over here to the page palette. We're just going to click on some more pages. Oops, just put that in here. This is sort of like watching paint dry to watch me doing this, but this is how I do it. This is what I do. All right, there's the end of it. So now I'm going to come back up to the beginning and just align. There'd probably be a table, might be a table of contents in here. So I'm going to push this forward like so. I just grab that text block and it's over here. So actually I want this to start. Actually, no, this is going to be a PDF book, so every page should sort of flow. So I'll have to put a table of contents in there. And let's see here. This just kind of book creation tools. So I want these heads to sort of have their own page. Kindle books. So now I'm just sort of cleaning it up. Let's just put this down here. Photo editing. I've collected a lot of resources over the years. And this is a pretty good list. Let's just put that up there. Editing resources. We're almost done, actually. This book has pretty much been pulled. You'll see it's almost been pulled together here. Again, you can go in and do a lot more fussing, but I'm just showing you how quickly you actually can create a product. And I think you should do it this way. All right, so there. Looks like we don't have room there. Transcription services. We have some extra pages, so let's just add another page. See where we go. Spread this out. Don't really need the 3 columns in here, but we'll just leave it for the moment. Fantastic. Look at that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another page at the back. And I'm going to go grab my cover right here. I'm going to copy that. And I come down here. I'm going to paste it on this page. This is the last page. This is the way I build all my books. I always build a cover at the back of the book, which means I have everything that I need in the book. So it's all in one file. I want none. It's all in one file. And then when I'm ready to build the real cover, I'll come in and just pull it out of here, copy it over, and sort of do it. So let's just put that here. All right. And for a table of contents, what I would do is go through this. So let's just downside. Let's see, publishing secrets. What are we calling it? Tips and resources. Tips and resources. Fix that in a moment. We don't need this. Resources for self-publishing. Okay. I'll make that a little smaller so it fits in there. And we have all this stuff. I need to change the copyright, but let's just make this smaller so it'll fit. And that probably needs to be edited a little bit because it's too much. It was a lot in the other one, but so we'll just do something like this. All right. There'd be a table of contents here. So right here, I would put a table of contents. I'm not going to sit here and create it all, but basically what I do is I just go through the book and I copy out these key items: audiobooks, creating audio files, book production, and just assign it a page number. All right. So I think we basically, so that'll all go here. We have a cover page, and I'm probably going to put the 2021 in there, so it's forward looking. Looks like it's up to date. And you notice here is the book. Right. The book is basically complete. Okay. So what did that take? I started at 4. I think that took about 15 minutes. So this is working off an existing book. You can do the same if you have any other book. Let's just move this up here, Rev. In fact, let's put this transcription on its own page. You go through and you're going to tweak it and get it all pretty and do all that kind of stuff. But you notice it's basically there. All right. So now what am I going to do? I need to make a PDF file of it. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to come up to File. Oh, let me just look. Before we do that, let me just make sure we don't have any questions. If you have questions, just post them in here, and I will answer them. Let me check over here. Questions? Okay. Nope. All right. So now what we're going to do is just make a PDF of this. So we'll go to File. And I do this a lot when I'm making any kind of book. This is the methodology I'll use. And I'll go to Export. And we're going to make a PDF of this book. All right, so I'm going to put it in a folder. Adobe PDF, print. I'm going to hit Save. And you have a number of options in here. So if we're going to KDP, it would be a high quality print. But we're just going to sell this as a PDF. So I use the smallest file print. It keeps the file size small, it keeps it efficient. There's no need. The quality is the same on the screen. It looks just fine. So you don't need to do this high quality. We're going to just do the smaller one. So that's the one we're going to pick. We're going to do the whole file, all, and then we hit Export. And hit that OK. All right. So now what I'll do is I will close this and we will open up the PDF. Let me go to the PDF file right here. We'll let that open up in Adobe Acrobat. And here is the book as a 6x9 Adobe Acrobat PDF. And it's all in here. And this is a good place you can you'll see whether, the table of contents needs to be done, any other sort of tweaks, like cutting, bringing audio over. This is where you sort of see that stuff. But what I want to show you is what I will do to it. So over on the side, you have a bunch of tools. And one of them is organizing pages right here, organize pages. So I'm going to hit organize pages. And it brings up thumbnails for the book. And what I do is I take the cover, which is at the back of the book right now, and I move it to the front. So now my book has a nice cover when someone downloads it, has a title page, and has all the other pages. The reason for the back is I want the numbers, the page numbers, to go in the correct order. If I built the cover in the front, this would be 2, 3, 4. This would be 1. It'd be 2. Right now it says on it 1. If you notice, it says on it. Let's go right here. It says 4, but in reality, in the file, it's actually page 5. So I want it to say 4. So that's why I put the cover at the back, move it to the front. And now when I save this, so we'll just do save and click on this. When someone opens this project, this book, it looks like it's supposed to look. It says publishing secrets, tips and resources, and it flows, and everything sort of flows right out. You can make all of these live. Look at that. See, it picks up this is pretty cool. Your PDF is smart now, and I put the full link in here. Notice I didn't do anything to make these live links, and they're all live links. The PDF picked it up. So if I click on this, so this is really cool. Allow, it goes, let's see, where's it going to go? It's going to figure out which, here it is, it goes right here to Gumroad. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that cool? So I did nothing. All of my links are right here. I can just click on them. Let's just go to Shutterstock, allow, and there it is, Shutterstock. Pretty cool. So now you have an interactive book for your for everybody. So, all right, let's come back to here and let's come back to me. There we go. So, yeah, thank you, Jasmine. Yeah, it's very easy to do to kind of do it. So, what site? Let's see, what's this? What website would you say you sell the most products of this type? For me, it's doing things like this is Gumroad. It's definitely Gumroad. So I have my own products on some of my own e-commerce sites, but we're going to be talking about Gumroad tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow in the next video. Yep, hosting your product. So you'll see me build the site for this book. So Gumroad.com is pretty much my favorite site because you'll see it's super easy. It's only $10 a month if you take the pro package. You can also do the free one, and you'll see how incredibly easy it is to sell a product. In fact, let's see here. Can I let's undo this remove from screen, and we're going to add screen. Nope, don't want to do that. Let me see here. Stop screen share. All right. I'm just going to get my application window, and I can just show you that quickly. So here, let me just get my Gumroad site. And this is my Gumroad site in the back end. Ooh, no sales today, but pretty good the last few days. And I'll just go to a product. Let's just pick a product here. I was working on one of these books this earlier today, World Region Maps Printable coloring book. So it'll looks like this behind the scenes. It looks like this. You can put any kind of pictures you want up in this area. Let's make sure let's get that out of the way. I want to make sure you're seeing. Oh, let's get this out of the way. Oh yeah. Okay, good. So, and it looks like this. You can put a video in here, and it just makes a very simple, easy site to sell on. Let's go to a different product. It's got a little bit better graphics on it. Here's a clip art product where I just put some clip art. It's very simple, a little bit of text, and it looks like this. So I love it. It's just a great site to work with, and super easy and super affordable. They pay you the money weekly, so I can't, how much better can that be? And so anyway, so that's what I did. So, okay, so what I've done today, just to kind of wrap this up, and any questions that you have, throw them in here and I can do it, but is to take another technique that I often use, and maybe I'll do a separate broadcast on that, of how to use the top 10 technique to sort of create a quickie book. But if you have an existing book that you can pull a section out, you have a report, you have anything, you have whatever it is that you have, you can make it into an electronic file, whether it's a PDF, MP3, MP4, clip art. I sell clip art, I sell books, I sell little video courses. Gumroad works really great for small 3 to 5 video courses. It doesn't handle 30 videos in a course, but it's really good for just those smaller things. Yeah, do you sell? I don't. I'm not a teacher. I'm very familiar with that site. I should. It's mostly I'm just have so many things going on. I've looked at it, but yeah, my stuff would go. Actually, I should. All my education products are doing really well right at the moment, so I should go and take a look at that. So we took an existing book. I pulled out a chapter of that book that's a self-contained chapter, designed a quick cover for it, reformatted a different size, because I always also want to think ahead, going, this is a PDF book right at the moment, but I could easily put this on Amazon. I need to add a few more pages, a little more resources, but it can be published on Amazon as a resource book and just another addition to my current books. Reformat it, add in pictures if I want to do it, export it build my cover, export it as a PDF, a low-res PDF, because we're just going to be downloading it, and move the cover around. You saw me do that, and we've got it. So that's it. The book has been made, and I think that took all of not even half an hour into the production of that book. So, all right. So coming up, next show will be on hosting. I'm going to take this book. I may do a little tweaking of it, and I'll show you that. I'm going to be taking this book, and we're going to host it on Gumroad. I'm going to show you how I upload it, where it goes, how I pick the stuff for it, and set that up. So that'll be that's sort of the next thing. I'm sure there's nothing else I wanted to say in here, and then after that, I'm going to show you kind of how I market this, and you can use this marketing information on any book or anything that you're going to do. But this is just sort of the way that I do it, and pretty much everything I'm going to show you, other than InDesign, is free. Right? I'm just using free services. I'm using Facebook. I'm using Blogger. I'm using YouTube. We're streaming this on YouTube at the same time we're doing this. Just Instagram. I posted a little bit on Instagram just a few minutes ago before I started this show. So you're looking at sort of free things. How can you keep those costs down, spread it out to the world, and kind of go from there. So I'll be talking about that. I'll be showing you all that kind of stuff, and that'll wrap up creating a product. It's not that hard, folks. You can do it. You can really, really do it. So I'll talk a little bit more about kinds of products and things that you can do. So, all right. I hope that was good. Leave comments. And my goal here is to turn this into its own sort of standalone product. Think about I'm creating a product as I'm making a product, and push that out somewhere. So I'll let you know more about that. And thanks for joining. All right. We'll see you in the next video, hopefully tomorrow.